Okay. So new asset accounting, SAP S4 HANA, new asset accounting. So new asset accounting in S4 HANA, it offers real-time parallel valuation across multiple accounting principles. And we directly update its AC DOCA table whenever we are doing any kind of acquisition or depreciations, any kind of transactions we do, all those things gets updated in AC DOCA. So what it does, it simplifies the depreciations. Earlier we had a lot of limitations. It allow multiple posting without period in bottleneck. So that time only we were able to do it during some period end, month end or year end. This time we can have, it will be real time. Okay, real time update we will have in this one. And then there is a one term you need to remember, that technical clearing account. So that is mandatory in SAP S4 HANA new asset accounting. What is the technical clearing account, that we will understand in the detail. Okay, this is primarily will be used for FI and AA, finance and asset accounting reconciliations. Okay. So we will see that also in details. So let's understand what are the key features in this asset accounting. Okay. So key features, it is real-time integration. As I was mentioning that, like we have FICO real-time integrations, right, in S4HANA. So this also will have a real-time integration. All asset posting are immediately reflected in GL, eliminating the need of periodic reconciliation posting. Okay. So as soon as you do posting, it will be available into your general ledgers. So that's called real-time integrations. Okay. Then parallel valuation, ledger approach. So you know, as for HANA, we have a ledger approach, right? And we have a different accounting principles. So you can manage multiple depreciation areas simultaneously, directly assigned to different ledgers. Okay. And then local GAAP, IFRS, US GAAP, and real time. So we had in ECC, we have learned about new GL, right? So similar in here also, we have a ledger approach from the beginning, right? So that's why a parallel valuation is also possible in new asset accounting. Okay. Then there is a technical clearing account. So asset acquisition are now split into two steps. One covering the operational entry and other is handling the valuation specific component using the mandatory technical clearing accounts. Okay. So that, as I was mentioning, that it is for your reconciliations. Okay. And the depreciation run is also simplified. So what it's saying, depreciation can be executed multiple times without restricting it to a single run. So earlier we had only one time we used to run it. Okay. Errors in individual asset do not stop the entire process, allowing for faster month-end close. So earlier, if you are doing a depreciation run, and if there is some issue in one asset or something, entire depreciation will not be happening. In this case, you can ignore that error and you can go ahead with a depreciation. So there will be no stopping it. Okay. Then simplify data model. What does it mean? So we had discussed, right, AC DOCA, that is universal general. So universal general, we have eliminated lot of tables like accounts. We have seen FI as well as CO. So similar way here also, assets also had their own tables. Okay, so those tables also will be, those will not be available now. Those will not be required. Okay, so they will eliminated. Okay, and we have less data, and most of the things will be in ACDOCA. So data duplication also will be reduced here. Okay, and that is one. That's why it's called simplified data model. So you have to remember these 5 points. If someone asks you what is the key features in new asset accounting. Okay, exactly what are the difference between ECC and this one, we will see it in going forward. Okay, any question, query with this? Clear? Okay, so okay, so few more points we will discuss one by one. Okay, asset accounting architectural impact. So entire architecture they have changed, means there is a little change in this, okay, in S4 HANA compared to ECC. So now it is new asset accounting, that's called only asset accounting, it's new asset accounting. And in S4 HANA there is no classic asset accounting available. Okay, and we have to activate at the client level. Okay, both multiple valuation approach are possible, ledger approach and an account approach in this one. Usage of new depreciation calculation engine is mandatory. Okay, so that you can keep it new depreciation calculation engine. Okay, and there is a one table, business functions pin underscore, it will be activated, we will see what it is. Okay, there is one table fat underscore plan is underscore value, so that table will be used very frequently. Okay, this is visible, right? Oh, yeah, it's too small, I'll increase this.
It's visible, sir.
Visible now, I have increased 25%, so it's
Okay.
okay. So just listen carefully whatever we are discussing it here, and then you can make it your own note based on that recording. Okay, now if all actual FI asset line item posting are stored in ACDOCA, that we already have discussed, and header item anyway it will be in BKPF. Okay, all statistical line item information stored in table fat underscore doc underscore IT. Okay, so that also we will see what it is, what the table is. Plan data that used to be stored in table. So those tables, ANLP, ANLC, these are the ECC tables. Those will not be available now, and we will have this fat underscore plan underscore value. This table will be used very prominently in new asset accounting. Okay, other things also will be there, some new important table, so that also we will see, but these things will not be available. ANK, ANEP, those were all related to asset accounting. Okay, so that's what it is saying, fat underscore plan underscore value. Upon the creation of an asset, plan depreciations, like how you are going to plan, values are calculated on real-time basis and are stored in the table. This table we have to remember it very, and this will be used very frequently. Okay, so this pictures again it shows which all these tables will go, and only ACDOCA and BKPF table will be there, and this table, fat underscore doc IT, plan underscore value and underscore YTDA. Okay, these are the only table you need to remember now. You don't have to remember all those things. So in S4 HANA, you remember AC doca, this table. So this will have most of the details for FI, CO, asset. Okay. New asset accounting features, we have already seen it. Okay. Benefit of new asset accounting. Okay. So no more hard coupling of depreciation area 0, 1. So this will be flexible. Flexible account determination and no more FI reconciliation is required, that we already discussed. Posting to different period possible, but beginning and end year need to be equal. New transaction for accounting principle depreciation area specific document. Okay, so you have accounting principle or depreciation area wise, you will have document will be available. See, this asset accounting is always system will post the separate document per each accounting principle. Accounting principle means IFRS, local GAAP, those are the accounting principle. And like ledger specific document in new GL. Okay, so these are the key benefits of asset accounting. First thing you need to remember that there is no FIAA reconciliation is required. Like FICO reconciliation is not required now. Similar way, FI and asset accounting reconciliation also will be not be required. Okay. Now let's see what is the differences. Okay. Simple differences. We will see where all the differences in that asset accounting evaluations. Okay. So in ECC, it's called classic asset accounting. In S4 HANA, it's called new asset accounting. Okay. And this one has integrated with the journal, universal journal, is nothing but AC Doka. From batch processing, real-time processing to single source of truth. Okay. So this was only you have to batch means some program will run in the background in the system. Okay. But here in separate ledger, single source of truth. Okay. Architecture. How is the difference in architecture? It had separate FIs and separate ledgers, sub-ledger. As it is a sub-ledger, no? So it is separate ledgers. But here it is fully integrated, universal journal. Multiple tables, so many tables were there in a single table, AC token. Redundant data storage, simplified data model. Okay, there are a lot of duplicate data used to be stored, but now we have simplified data model. Okay, we discussed already what is a simplified data model. Okay, easy to understand. I hope we very simply simplified. I have made the document for you guys to understand. Yes, sir. Now, okay. Now posting and integration. What is the difference in this place? ECC asset posting generates separate document. Period end reconciliation required. Here it is single document posting. FI asset real time integration with the general ledger. No reconciliation required. Depreciation and parallel accounting. Okay. So what is the depreciation? So every asset will depreciate after depreciation calculation happens, right? Every year the value will decrease, no? One asset value will not be the same, right? One machine. Similar way, like one car, if we have bought and then that car we have drive for 1 year. So after 1 year, car value automatically gets reduced, right? So those depreciation will be happening. So the depreciation, what happens? Depreciation area handles different valuation. Complex configuration was there. Here it is simplified. Ledger based approach. Okay, leading ledger, non-leading ledger. That we will be used here. And parallel accounting simplified. Okay, and real-time depreciation. And this is also we already discussed. What about reporting? In reporting, we had a limited reporting. Reports were there and we had to do a lot of reconciliation to get the reports. Okay, only when we do reconciliation, then only we can get the report, which will give you actual picture. Okay, but in S4 HANA, that is embedded analytics, real-time reporting, no data duplications. Okay, and reporting, we have Fury. So through Fury also people can do it. Okay, so user experience. So performance, how was the performance in this? It was very slow due to aggregate and total tables. A lot of tables were there to get one report. A lot of table needs to be combined. And we had a report only from SAP GUI. There is no web-based reporting tool. In S4 HANA, okay, because it is high performance in memory computing, right? S4 HANA, it is very high performance. Speed will be very high and we have reporting we can do SAP Fury plus as well as SAP GUI. Okay, so closing also there is not much hassle. So faster closing will be there. Okay, here and same. Okay, we have to a lot of time consumption will be there. Sequential process we have to follow. Here, faster closing, parallel processing enabled. Okay. So key benefit we have already discussed this one. Single source of truth, real-time financial visibility, simplified data model, reduced reconciliation effort, improved decision making. So if you have the data real time, it is easy for you to understand your books, like how's the all fixed assets is looking anytime you want to see it. So any management or finance team wants to see it, they will be able to see it, and it's easy for them to make a decision based on their reports. Okay. So overall, if you say ECC is a traditional and complex, S4 HANA is a simplified, real-time and future-ready. These are the conclusion. Okay. Migration to new asset account is mandatory in S4 HANA. Okay. We have to do migration to new asset accounting whenever we are going into S4 HANA. Okay. I made one simple graphics. Okay. So whatever points we have discussed, the same points we have mentioned it here. Okay. Like overview, see, a classic asset accounting, S4 HANA, new asset accounting, FIA integrated with the universal journal. So if you keep this one, you will be, it's easy for you to remember. Okay, it's a batch processing. Here, single source of truth, architectural comparison, separate FI subledgers, fully integrated, multiple tables, single truth. It is symbol table, ACDOCA, lot of redundant data here, only simplified data. Okay, lot of multiple table, only one table. Posting and integrations. Okay, same thing what we have discussed. It is point by point, everything is maintained. So if you see this one, you'll be able to understand everything. All the points are mentioned here. Okay, performance in user, same thing, slower, aggregate, those things whatever we discussed, it is put it here in graphics. Okay, conclusion also traditional complex, and this is simple. Okay. Okay, any question, query till now? Easy to understand? As of now, it will be easy. It looks easy. Okay, when we talk in theory, if you are seeing this, okay, but these basic things you need to understand when you go inside. And so, if you have better understanding this, it will be helpful when you go inside and do configurations and other things. Okay. Now let's understand that we discussed one, right? This technical clearing account. Okay. So what is this technical clearing account? What it says in SAP S4 HANA, the technical clearing account is mandatory. You need to remember this. Okay. In new asset accounting, its primary purpose is to split an integrated asset acquisitions. Okay. Vendor invoice for a new asset into two distinct part. One is for operational part, one for valuation part. Okay. So what we do, so what will happen, we will discuss it. Okay. So what it does, accounts serve as a breeze to handle parallel accounting principle like IFRS and local GAAP simultaneously. Okay, how operational part. So when we post a vendor invoice FB0 FB60, the system credits the vendor and debits the technical clearing account. Okay. So when we have seen in accounts payable also, right? When we were doing this, just for your understanding, when we used to do this uh, vendor invoice, right? So how we used to do? First, we used to do inventory debit to GRIR credit, and then when we do the vendor invoice, that time we used to do GRIR to vendor. So here also, when we are doing that is post the vendor invoice, okay, the system credits the vendor and debits the technical clearing account, okay. So credit and this word debit. This entry is valid for all ledgers. Then simultaneously the system generates separate document for each accounting principle. These documents debits the actual asset GL account and credit the technical clearing account for each specific ledger. Okay. So we will have separate accounting principles, right? So those accounting principles also it will get posted. One document will get posted. So here technical clearing account is getting debited now. So here it will be credit. So technical clearing account, ultimately it will be offsetting. Okay. So it will be balanced. What is happening here in debit, something will happen in credit here. Okay. Ultimately it will get credit and get offset. So what it says, the technical clearing account always maintain a zero balance for every accounting principles once the transaction is complete. So whatever is the first is debit happens, something will get credited here. Okay, so it will maintain zero balance. Understand this, huh? Okay, if this understand, it will help you when we are doing to any kind of posting. It's little bit of tricky as of now for you guys, but you just need to understand there is a one account called technical clearing account. Think like one GRIR account. Okay, it is not same, but it is as of now just for your understanding. I am just giving you one reference. Think like a GRIR account. Okay, so this also will have open item management. Okay, because we have to whatever debit happens, we have to credit. Okay. Now, what are the key master data requirement for this? Okay. So to function correctly, the account must be configured with a specific setting in finance, SAP Finance. So in FS00, when we are creating it, we have to keep in mind, okay, what it is. Reconciliation account in must set as a reconciliation account for asset. Okay. So like vendor or this, we had a reconciliation account, right? So that reconciliation account, we used to vendor master when we were creating, we used to give the one reconciliation account, right? So similar way for asset also, this will act as a reconciliation account, and then that account type we need to give it asset. There we used to give it vendor or customer, right? So here we have to give asset. Let me see if there is any. This one is there. So GL master creation transaction code is FS00. This is not our company code. We will change it our company code here. We did TDMM, right? Here Did I create a technical clearing account? I have not created. Okay. So what that meaning is, when we create, suppose if I give, I'm not creating, I just giving one name. Okay. Suppose let's take 99. Okay. Company DDM. Okay. So here what it says, we will try like that. Okay. It says reconciliation account balance sheet. It must be defined as a balance sheet account and not an P&L account. Okay. So first thing, GL account type is balance sheet account. Okay. Now account type is, we will put it asset. Okay. And then suppose we will give any name. Okay. Technical okay. Here this one I was telling you guys. Okay. This reconciliation account for account type. Okay. That's what it is saying. INR. What it's saying, reconciliation account, it must be as a reconciliation account for asset. Okay. Type A. So here this is asset, we have to make it. And one more thing, it has not mentioned it here, you cannot post manually. Definitely, like we cannot do it manual posting, no reconciliation account, it has to come through some assets. Okay. So and then we have to do open item management, that also you have to remember this. And here we have to give something for which is relevant to reconciliation account field group. Okay. So we had the 67, I believe, if not wrong, for reconciliation account. Okay. So it tells the system this is reconciliation account for assets. Open item management is not defined in reconciliation account. Data contain error. Yeah? Open item is not defined for reconciliation account. Huh? Okay. Why? Okay, it is not allowing. Okay. Take care. So technical clear account. It is not mentioned here. Okay. It should not be assigned in standard asset accounting determination for APC. So account determinations where we do, from there we should not assign this. Okay. So this is the meaning of your this one, the reconciliation account. Okay. Where did it go? Reconciliation account here. Okay. It is asset, we create it here. Okay. So general ledger accounting, technical integrated. Okay. So this again assignment we have to do it. So when we do this account asset accounting, all these configurations, that time also we will see this, we will integrate this one and we will see where we can assign it. Okay. This is one example they have given how this technical clearing account will credit and debit, which we were discussing, right? Same thing here, that vendor account they will credit and technical account debit. Okay. the ledger here. See, this 99 is a technical clearing account. Okay, so first what it happened first 75. Okay, it is debited, and then second time it is credited. Okay, 70 is debit or credit. So it's a credit. 70 will be debit. Here it is credit. Okay, vendor. This 31 is vendor, right? 31 is vendor. So this is debit. 70 is debit. 75 is a credit. That is correct only, right? So these are called posting key. Okay. So when we are doing asset, so it will deal with the 70, 75 those. But asset, see here 70 debit asset, credit asset. Okay, 75 is credit. So here it is first vendor. If you see the vendor, this one is debit, this is credit. Then later it became nullify. Okay, this 299 it gets nullified. So only ultimately it will be your this account to vendor account. Okay, so that's how this they use this one. Then there is a this configurations. Okay, so configuration today we will not do. Configuration it will take a lot of time. We have to do one by one all those settings. So I'll have to make the data ready for you guys, and then we will do configuration. So configurations, what are the configuration steps are, I'll just discuss that. So first thing we have to create, those are the basic configurations which we have to do. Okay, and then chart of depreciation we have to do those. Where is that chart of depreciation? Here, yes, it's first thing chart of depreciation. Then account determinations we have to create, a screen layout, a number range for asset master, and asset class. Okay, you remember one thing. Okay, asset, what there could be question, what is asset class? Okay, so you have to tell the asset class is nothing but it is classification of the assets, like plant or machineries, building, hmm, or any kind of other your furniture, land. Those will be the classes we can do it. And you have to create this on client level, not on the company code level. So this is very frequently asked question. Okay, in asset class what level it gets created, client level or company code level? You have to remember it is client level. Client level meaning all the other company code also can use that asset class. Okay, if you do it in only company code level, only that company it is applicable or valid. So that you need to remember it. And then we will do account determinations, and we will try to do some asset posting. Okay, like last time we did in ECC. So similar we will try to do it here also. Okay. Okay, any question, query?